MOX 2.0 brings major changes for pensioners starting April 1st. The Mizoram Universal Healthcare Scheme, MOX 2.0, will come into force with new rules and fresh options for pensioners. Under the revised scheme, government servant pensioners will now have to make a choice. Unlike the earlier version MOX 1.0, where enrollment was automatic, pensioners can now decide whether they want to join MOX 2.0 or not. Those who wish to join will need to pay a monthly subscription fee of Rs 1,000. In return, they will be able to claim medical expenses up to Rs 12 lakhs per year. They will also be entitled to stay in private wards during treatment. However, the new rules bring significant change. The scheme will no longer cover extended family members. Medical billing will now be allowed only for the pensioner and his or her spouse. Other family members who want coverage will have to register separately under the general beneficiary category. If both husband and wife are pensioners under the Mizoram government, they must join MOX 2.0 individually. In such cases, the total medical coverage will be doubled to Rs 24 lakhs per year. For pensioners who do not wish to join the scheme, the existing medical allowance under CCS pension rules of 1972 will continue, but they will not be able to avail the benefits of MOX 2.0. Once a pensioner makes a decision, it cannot be changed for 1 year. The choice will automatically continue for the following year unless the person revokes it or the government makes new arrangements. Officials have also clarified that those retiring after April this year can enroll immediately using the required format. The monthly subscription of Rs 1,000 will then be deducted from their first pension. The government says the new system aims to make healthcare support more structured and financially sustainable. Now we move to another important report that gives us a glimpse into the population trends of Mizoram. According to the Economics and Statistics Department, 1,845 births were recorded across the state in January this year. Out of these, 896 were boys and 949 were girls. There were also 5 stillbirths reported during the same period. In contrast, 720 deaths were recorded in January. Among them, 456 were male and 264 were female. The report also noted that 15 infants under the age of 1 year and 5 children between the ages of 1 and 5 lost their lives during the month. Looking at last year's data, a total of 21,873 births were recorded in Mizoram from January to December. Of these, 11,076 were boys and 10,797 were girls. This means there were 279 more male births than female births during the year. The total number of deaths recorded last year was 8,080. Out of these, 5,183 were male and 2,897 were female. This shows a difference of 2,286 more male deaths compared to female deaths. Officials say such statistics are important for planning healthcare services, child welfare programs, and overall development policies in the state. In a strong move against environmental crimes, staff of the Kortha Forest Division recently seized illegally smuggled timber in 2 separate locations. The first seizure took place on the outskirts of Rengdil village, while the second was in Bungchuam village. In both cases, trucks carrying timber were intercepted during intensified patrol operations. Forest officials believe the timber was being transported towards Assam. They say strict measures will continue to protect Mizoram's forest wealth. The department has also appealed to the public to play an active role. People are encouraged to inform the nearest forest office if they notice illegal timber transport or other suspicious activities. Authorities say protecting forests is not just about law enforcement. It is about safeguarding the environment for future generations. Next, an important administrative order has been issued in Siaha district regarding the sale and purchase of petrol and diesel. The district magistrate has invoked legal powers under the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita of 2023 to regulate fuel distribution. The order comes after reports that some individuals were buying fuel in bulk from local filling stations and reselling it illegally in neighboring Myanmar. This practice, officials say, has led to frequent fuel shortages and hardships for local residents. Under the new order, filling stations are strictly prohibited from selling fuel at black market rates. In addition, any sale of more than 500 liters of petrol or 1,000 liters of diesel will only be allowed to those who have proper storage permits. The order also clearly states that illegal supply or trade of fuel across international borders is strictly banned. Those who violate the rules may face severe punishments under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita of 2023. The directive will remain in force for 2 months from the date of issue. Officials say the aim is to ensure fair access to fuel and prevent misuse. We now move to community activities and environmental awareness. A major angling competition was held at Tlong Si Mui Kai between March 20th and 21st. This was the second edition of the Great Angling Event. The event was jointly organized by the Fisheries Department, the Si Mui branch of YMA, and Mizoram Angling Association. Although bad weather reduced participation, the total catch was higher than in previous years. The biggest fish, weighing 6.825 kilograms, was caught by Mizoram Tuanga from Salinveng. Arlel Rinsanga from Tuitiangveng caught the highest number of fish with 8 catches. Several other awards were given, including recognition for the best female angler and the youngest participant and the oldest participant. During the closing ceremony, officials stressed the importance of protecting river ecosystem. They warned against illegal fishing methods such as using bombs, electric shocks, or poison. The Fisheries Department reminded the public that such actions can lead to fines and even imprisonment. They also urged citizens to keep rivers clean and prevent waste or sewage from polluting water bodies. Sports development was also in focus as Mizoram's sport minister held discussions with officials from the National Khelo India program. During the meeting, the minister said that while Mizos have a strong passion for sports, the state has not won as many medals as expected in national competitions. He emphasized the need for proper training, better infrastructure, and timely support for athletes. Officials discussed the possibility of hiring a high-performance manager at the Khelo India State Center of Excellence. Plans were also explored to establish a dedicated hockey academy for boys. The executive director of Khelo India explained the new mission strategy and how Mizoram can benefit from improved coaching and sports education programs. Preparations were also reviewed with a long-term vision towards the Olympic Games of 2036. State sports authorities highlighted the government's ongoing initiative called Empowering Mizoram Sports, which aims to nurture young talents through focused guidance and support. Finally, we turn to a developing political story that has sparked debate in the state. The Congress Youth Wing has alleged that the Chief Minister has purchased large areas of land near the Vantong Falls viewpoint and in Kanghun South. According to the youth leaders, the land acquisitions were made in earlier 2024 from several individuals. They claim that some of these lands were cleared and burned earlier this year. The group believes that the purchases were linked to the future development projects, including a proposed ropeway under the Saski scheme, which has an estimated cost of Rs 34.50 crore. They also suggested a possible connection with the Tenzol Peace City project. The youth leaders argue that these locations are prime tourism zones and that buying land there could lead to personal financial gain through compensation. In response, members of the ZPM youth have defended the Chief Minister. They described him as a leader of integrity who is free from corruption. They say citizens feel secure and comfortable under his governance. The issue has now become a topic of public discussion. And with that, we come to the end of today's segment. Thank you for watching.